So two, one, two, three, four. Well, I can't help it, baby. I just can't stand still. I was born to wander, and I probably always will. Better love me now. You know I won't be here long. Out yonder is calling, and I gotta be moving on. Guess I was born with a restless soul. Honey, I'd like to stay with you, but you know I gotta go. I'll see you next time I come back around. 'Cause baby, you know I'm a wandering man. Don't know where I'm headed, but I ain't lost my way. Ain't worried about tomorrow, busy living for today. Don't worry about me, baby. Don't let it get you down. If the world keeps turning, honey, I'll be right back around. Guess I was born with a restless soul. Honey, I'd like to stay with you, but you know I gotta go. I'll see you next time I come back around. 'Cause baby, you know I'm a wandering man. Guess I was born with a restless soul. Honey, I'd like to stay with you, but you know I gotta go. I'll see you next time I come back around. 'Cause baby, you know I'm a wandering man. 'Cause baby, you know I'm a wandering man. 'Cause baby, you know I'm a wandering man. Yes, I am.
All right, welcome to the Simmons Says Show here from Studio 605, the father and son studio. Here with all our UT gear and UT stuff. I am Jeff Simmons, and if you are just joining us, we've added about 500 new followers in about the last 36 hours on social media. We do the Simmons Says Show on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays from 10:30 to 11:30 a.m., and on every Friday I bring in Don Simmons, the man, my dad, for Father and Son Friday. And again, Simmons Says is presented by Mud Bumps Family Sports Grill. 507-2867. You gonna go over there and get some Mud Bumps? What have you, I'm sure you've been there.
Will sometime this weekend.
I was gonna say you had to get over there. What are you gonna get? What are you gonna get when you go?
As much as I can. I like the special.
Yeah.
The pizza, wings, and beer.
Nice. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't beat that. You can't beat that.
No, you can't.
Yep.
Really
so
can't.
again, too, you can go get the special all weekend at Mud Bums, but and also too, they got the lunch specials. They have meat and 3 during lunch hours, 11 to 2. So in the next about 30 minutes, you can get over there and go. But I am Jeff Simmons, your host of the Simmons Says Show, and Dad, I'm sure we have plenty of things that we need to get to this week after another action-packed week here at Studio 605. But anything that's going on with you? Have you been eating any lettuce this week, or have you graciously stayed away from it?
You guys have really positioned yourself well for a Taco Bell sponsorship for the program.
Oh, we're running cover fire for Taco Bell.
Must
100%.
be. I did read up a lot about that.
Yeah.
Evidently, that lettuce that was bad came from Mexico. It was brought in by a company from California. So.
Golly.
Yeah.
Is that allegedly?
Allegedly,
Yeah.
that's correct.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's not get ourselves in trouble.
And they have stopped that, so.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe the lettuce will be better. But, in the meantime, if I were people eating at Taco Bell, I would say, hold the pickle, hold the lettuce.
I'm not eating any of that. I mean, I have no problem with my Taco Bell order because I never get any of that stuff on it anyways.
You don't get any lettuce on any of yours?
No. I can't remember the last thing that I ordered that had lettuce in it. And if it was supposed to have lettuce in it, I said no lettuce. And if I got the lettuce, even then, I was extremely irritated.
Yeah.
You can't get rid of it. There's no way. You just did that.
Not that shredded lettuce.
Never.
No.
You cannot get away from shredded lettuce in a taco. It's not. You cannot get every piece of it out.
I was going to say, it comes in almost every bag that they put out there anyway, whether you order it or not.
Yeah, you're going to get the shreds.
There's so much lettuce everywhere. You're going to get a shred of lettuce somehow. It's going to be in the bag somewhere.
It's so interesting to see all that. But hey, pull your mic up to you a little bit more.
Okay.
There you go. You're good. But yeah, we're talking about Can you hear? No, don't do that. We tell people to eat the mic, but don't really eat the mic here on the Simmons Says Show. Yeah, unless it's one of those places where they do the full form, like one piece of lettuce that you can easily pull. But even if it's usually on a sandwich and if you have any kind of toppings or cheese on it, it's going to kind of pull that anyways.
Yeah.
Well, I know people didn't tune in for talk about lettuce.
No.
But again, too, I still think that Taco Bell's getting a bad rap on that. I don't know why they're getting singled out on it. It's like, Taco Bell's introduced. Taco Bell has been doing that to people for 30 years. And people go back. I guarantee you at midnight tonight, Taco Bell's drive-through line will be around the building. Well it should be.
Fourth meal.
Fourth meal.
That's right. Everybody's going for fourth meal.
Yeah, we have no problems with Taco Bell here on the Simmons Says Show, man. Well, what else I mean, that's not the only thing you possibly could have gathered from all the conversations that we've had on Studio 605.
You brought that up.
We did. I'm actually
it was a very slow week. I don't really understand what all the big fuss was about.
Well, we are going to change it up a little bit today because instead of just saying, hey, it's Father and Son Day, which means we got to bring on my life coach, my dad, who's been giving me advice for years and years. I'm also going to change this.
Look where that got you.
I also am going to change it a little bit into this is, we got to make the cut. What made the cut this week? Because we did not do it on the Simmons Says Show yesterday. So I'm going to make sure that we get it in there when we talk about who's making the cut, we got to talk about Silver Scissors and Tina Foster, our sponsor over there on Chantry Street. So again, Tina Foster at Silver Scissors has been cutting my hair since 1997. We have what you can't see at home
Started
right now.
cutting hair when she was 7 years old.
Yeah, what you can't see right now is there's an entire wall of tickets right now. So I was trying to find the year that I would have been there that I started getting my hair cut. But she's been cutting my hair for almost 30 years now. She does a tremendous job, and if she can do a tremendous job on this, just absolute sad sack. Well, think about what she could do for you. So go visit Tina Foster, Silver Scissors, and see what the difference.
You got the curly hair.
Yeah, it's anytime that it starts getting longer, it starts curling up, especially with a hat. But yeah, it is what it is. I like it long. People get I get the you need a haircut, but almost the moment that it gets out from under my hat, and I'm like, that's kind of where I like my hair.
You're better with the Grizzly Adams look.
Yeah, I think that's where
you should wear a coonskin hat.
We do have one of those.
Yeah, we do. It's
We
in
do
the other
have
room.
those. Yeah. So not only what.
Thanks, Jacob Wanamaker.
Yeah, we do appreciate it. Hey, thanks, Jake. We do appreciate that. It's all right on the volleyball.
Yep.
At the studio in our other studio. That's the Sports Authority studio. The Simmons Says studio is
Taking shape.
It's taking shape. I'm starting to see some things over here. But who made the cut this week? What did you think was the number one top thing you heard from Studio 605?
Well, this week it's really hard to say.
You think?
Maybe it was having a 7-time state championship coach.
17 times.
17 time. I'm sorry.
Golly, you shorted him an entire decade of
sorry.
championships.
I tell you, the amazing thing to me is him talking about. Well, I think the stats that threw out there, or his son.
Yeah.
That 14% of his total losses were in his first year as a coach.
Yeah.
When he was 0-10.
It's unreal.
That's just unreal. The numbers were just staggering to me.
He's over 500 wins, 17 state championships. And like you said, I think at one point he was like 97-5 Riverdale and during one run. Obviously, he won 7 straight championships at Alcoa at one time.
That's what I was talking about, Alcoa.
Unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
The amount of things. I mean, and I threw out this stat. This is the stat that is still for folks, and me and you were talking about this before we came on the show, and I think we're spoiling Warren County a little bit. I really don't think people even have that in general. If you went out and told somebody from you would think that this would happen in Nashville or Knoxville or Chattanooga or Murfreesboro, that you get Rick Insell, who is in the Hall of Fame. In every Hall of Fame that there is,
national,
but he's in the women's college basketball Hall of Fame. He's in the Tennessee State Hall of Fame. He's in the Conference USA Hall of Fame. He's in the MTSU Hall of Fame, and he's in the National High School Sports Hall of Fame. Right. And Gary Rankin is as well. There's only 16 Tennesseans that have ever gotten that. We were looking at it before. There's only 11 of them that are still living. Mm-hmm. And we put 2 of them on air in Warren County in the span of 10 weeks.
You've set the expectation pretty high. Now you got to get the other 9.
Yeah.
Let's go. Who's going to be here next week?
Spurrier.
Patrick Willis?
Spurrier.
Yeah. Can you imagine Steve Spurrier coming in here?
Well, actually, it's funny that we were talking about that. If he does,
he needs to be in this studio.
Yeah, I'll do it in here. Oh, he loved this, I'm sure.
Yeah, I bet he would.
Well, he could probably go over there to the ticket board and just be like,
Find the Citrus Bowl tickets.
We won that game. We won that game. We won that game. We sent y'all to that bowl.
Can't spell citrus without a U and a T.
Well, I think it's actually funny. Sullins, I think Spurrier came in and spoke one time at the Boyd banquet, when they always do that banquet. So I think Sullins has got a chance to talk to him at one point. So I don't know. Maybe he's still got his phone number or something.
Oh, there you go.
You never know. These things happen. I mean, we were talking about that before as well. And just to give you a little bit of inside scoops about how these things happen, it's just sometimes blind luck. Sometimes it's who you know. And sometimes you don't even realize that the connections that are made. It really, to me, it tells. Here's why I think it's.
Shout out to Bill Darnaby for the connections he gave for.
Well, and that's what I was about to say is this tells me all I need to know a lot about Rick Insell and Gary Rankin as well as they came and did our show probably as favors to people around them.
That's right.
That it was great. I was thinking about this last night. Bill Darnaby, who got us had us kind of in the door with Gary, is family,
right,
with Gary, and of course we had a bus driver connection to Rick Insell, which through Sullivan's truck and everything like that kind of got us through there. But they didn't have to come do this.
No.
Now, it was really funny when I called Gary Rankin to actually invite him to come on the show, and he goes, "Yeah, I've seen y'all's show." I was like, "That's mind-boggling."
Really?
Yeah. He was like, "Yeah, I've seen. He's, I'd love to do it. I've seen y'all's show. I see what y'all do." He goes, "Yeah, we'll set up a time." We talked to. I think it was early June, and July. They were dead period and vacation time and family stuff and everything. So he was trying. We ended up coming back here, but yeah.
The amazing thing to me that you and I talked about before is that they would take the time to drive to McMinnville, Tennessee.
Yes. Yeah.
I always said, yeah, you could probably get them on your show. It's going to have to be a remote broadcast. They're going to have to zoom in or somehow you're going to have to get them from their home.
Yep.
But no, they drove here to McMinnville, Tennessee to do both of those shows. It's crazy when you think about it like that.
Yeah, that's still to this day is again another mind blowing feature about that. And I know Insel, I think, said that he settled down in the Woodbury area, but he could have said this: "You come to me."
Yeah, absolutely.
And we were doing it remote anyways. He could have been like, "Hey, I'll do it, but y'all got to drive to Woodbury. I'm not driving to McMinnville," and we would have.
I would say,
and heck, we would have packed up and drove to wherever Gary Rankin was at if we had to.
Yeah.
We would have done that, but never even a hesitation. All they said, all Coach Rankin said when I called and reconfirmed this past weekend was, just send me the address. I sent it to him. He's like, I'll be there. And he showed up, and we kind of had a welcome wagon. We had an impromptu welcome wagon at the door for him.
I'm sure there were plenty of people still here from when he was here.
Oh, yeah. And I think there would have probably been
him.
even more. And we actually we were talking about it, and I said, I'm not trying to obviously we're publicizing he's going to be on our show
absolutely.
and he's going to be in town, but I'm not trying to like make a meet and greet up because there was some people who were like, well, do you know what time he's going to be here? Do you know where he's going to go afterwards? And I was like, we're not, if Coach Rankin gets here at 4:59 and wants to leave at 6:01, we would have made it as accommodating as possible. As I'm not going to run his PR for him and say, hey, can you get here at 4:30, shake hands, kiss babies? Can you stay an hour later and go eat with everybody? Is like, nah, man. It's like if he wants to, whatever time schedule he's working on is what we'll work on.
That was really great. He stayed for 2 hours. I didn't really expect that he would, but the amazing thing to me is how fast the time went by with all of that, because you could tell he was only scratching the surface of the stories that he's got. I mean, he was basically coming off with those off the top of his head. The one about the heart attack, that was great.
Unbelievable.
And you said that you confirmed that with somebody from Lebanon.
I talked to a broadcast Hall of Famer through the Lebanon area, in the Lebanon area, Wilson County area, who worked with the Wilson Post, and I don't know give all the specifics, but I saw where he had shared one of our posts from last night, and I had to ask. I was like, I clicked on the game. I was like, that guy, because immediately I saw the picture. I'm like, he looks like he's wearing Lebanon gear. So I was like, maybe this is a guy that can give us the behind the lines thing, because we put it on Instagram, and there's some people that are like, I'm from Lebanon. I've never heard this story. I was like, okay, well, this guy's got Tennessee Broadcast Hall of Famer, not by his name. We'll see if he knows. And he goes, yep, it was this year. Here was the guy that coached. Here's the backstory about that. That guy was gone about 60 minutes after the final game of the season. So it was only 1 year. Yeah. He was only a 1 year coach. But
I'd like the behind-the-scenes story about how they hired that guy.
Oh, I think he wanted it too. I think he was kind of out of who is this clown?
He was gone before he could get the story. Boom, out of here.
But yeah, it was
hilarious.
I think that's going to take on a life of its own.
Oh, I
wouldn't be shocked at all if we end up seeing that story told again. If Coach Rankins wants to go and be gracious enough with his time to go to somewhere else, that ends up becoming like a Pat McAfee type thing.
Absolutely, yeah.
And we'll know, but hey, we were first.
That was a great staff that he was on here when he was at Warren County. Can you imagine Stephen, Stan Mitchell, and Gary Rankin all on the same coaching staff in Warren County, McMinnville?
I mean, you're as you said, just those three.
Yeah, just
ridiculous.
Those three. There was more.
Ben,
that's not even the head coach.
Bobby Hale, which
Yeah, Bobby Hale. Yeah.
Not a bad coach.
No.
he won a little bit.
Yeah, a little
Newbie
bit.
obviously is the head coach. I mean, that is unbelievable. Ed Cantrell, who ends up becoming a Hall of Famer and coach as well. So, I mean, it's unbelievable. And it's still,
I believe Bobby Cantrell might have been on one of those staffs too.
Well,
he was a track coach.
What year did you graduate?
76.
So that kind of
he was right after
there.
Me.
Yeah, he was. I think he said he came here in '75, so right at that time.
Yeah, he was there when I was in high school. He was there. Ed Cantrell was the head coach at that time.
So Newby came in right after you.
Yeah,
okay.
Newby was right after me.
Yeah, so I was sitting there looking at it, and then went back and listened to the Insel episode. And Insel talks about interviewing for the job, and I think it was in the late '70s as well for the boys job in Warren County. And you're sitting there thinking, man, there was a scenario there
where you had two Hall of Famers.
Where you would have had Rick Insel coaching boys basketball in Warren County, or just basketball in general in Warren County, whatever he would have been. And Gary Rankin would have been on the coaching staff on the football team. And say he doesn't go and take that Smith County job, that maybe they're there when there was the changeover in the early 80s. Like, what if that job goes to Rankin? And then all of a sudden he takes over Warren County in the 80s, where while Insel was doing, he was in high school basketball for a long time.
Yeah.
Like, you get it. There's a butterfly effect thing that
it's crazy to think
what happens
about.
What happens if Insel and Gary Rankin are both coaching in Warren County at the same time?
That's insane to think about.
It's beyond measure, but man, it's just unreal to listen to those stories and sit there and have nothing to say.
Yeah.
Just get absolutely blown away.
Well, I told Emily, and you and I talked about this a little bit before the show.
Yeah.
To me, it was amazing, and you could see it more in your shorts or your clips than you could on the regular show. But there were times when I was watching it, and you guys just seemed like fanboys.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
It's Chris Farley's show.
Yeah.
It's for people that don't know, if you've ever seen the SNL clips, we're sitting there, and Gary Rankin's over there, and he's like, hey, man, you remember when you won 7 championships in a row in Alcoa? That's awesome.
Yeah. Like when it was interviewing Paul McCartney.
There was no question.
Yeah. Remember when?
Yeah, you remember when you did this? It was awesome. Yeah. Like, I don't know if we asked a question all night. It's just basically like, you tell a story and, oh man, Sullins, this is incredible. Yeah. You're talking, Chris Sullins is an absolute star of the Warren County Sports Authority show. People tune in every Wednesday to hear stuff, especially his rant. And his rant's basically, nobody's here for me tonight. Back to Coach Rankin.
Let's go.
And
One
he
more
delivered.
story.
And he delivered, man. I think, like you said, he had.
Well, I told you too.
I feel like we almost cut him off.
Yeah, I told you too. The other thing that was amazing to me about watching that, just the visual, because there was 4 people around the table, and usually you're kind of spread out pretty evenly.
Uh-huh.
But here's Coach Rankin on the right of the screen, okay? And you've got Chris over on the left side of the screen. Then there's you. You're sitting to Chris's left.
Yeah.
But it's like Trevor was scared to sit next to Rankin. Did you see how far Trevor was from Rankin?
I did
Go
notice
back and
that
watch
in the
clips.
videos.
It looked like he was sitting like under your armpit, and I'm like, gosh, Trev,
Rankin's aura.
Get over there.
Rankin's aura just pushed Trev a little bit more.
It's like the gravitational pull or something. Trev was over there like, yeah, Coach, yeah.
But I actually think Trev was just I think he was trying to read off my screen some and see. Yeah. He was trying to read the comments instead of getting on his phone or anything like that. And he was also looking at like our view count, which was ludicrous the entire time. But
it was just funny looking at it from a visual standpoint. Yeah.
Yeah. And I told you too, I said, it's not a great look either, with the fact that
I even texted you during the show and said, "What's up with Trev?"
I have no idea, but it also didn't help that it just like the striking visual of usually when we're sitting there, Trev's on one side, Sullins on the other, I'm in the middle of the table. We're kind of spread out, but when you put us right beside each other, it's like, man, Simmons is gigantic, dude.
Yeah, the proportions were like.
Connor was trying to keep us both in frame. It was really tough.
He's having a hard time.
Oh man! Well, hey, listen, everybody chime in and let us know. But no, it's there's a lot of things that we've done this week. Chris Terry had another great show back at Terry on Tuesday night. We launched the coaches show on Monday night.
By the way, Connor, I love the way you ended that show. That was great. He had the audio of that.
Oh, he's done that every week.
Yeah, I didn't hear it the first 2 weeks.
Oh, I think he did it. I think he did it at least one of the times before.
Where the fireworks are going off? Okay. Well, I heard it this time. I didn't hear it the other time.
It's so funny.
It is hilarious. Hilarious.
Yeah. So if you're
almost as funny as Chris's show.
Yeah.
Doing a great job, Chris.
Yeah. So for the people scoring at home again too, we do the Simmons Says Show Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays.
Wait a minute, not this week.
I did a Simmons Says Show
on Monday.
On Monday,
you did
yes.
a coach's show.
No, I did a collaboration show.
That's
with
right.
Kelly.
You did that. Yeah.
I was on air Monday morning for.
You were on air twice on Monday, is what I was going to make the point of.
Yeah.
You were on air twice.
Yep.
On Monday.
And probably will be again
Tuesday.
Upcoming soon. So.
Oh, yeah. Great.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if we're a weekly thing or.
We're going to do the coach's show is going to be something that we're going to do weekly. And, now granted, if basically my thing was with Mike and Coach Blue, with Michael Thrower, for the people that don't know Mike shorthand right now, is I'll sit in.
Thrower.
Yeah, or Thrower. Yeah. I said I'll sit in until y'all feel like y'all are comfortable enough to do it yourselves.
Oh. Okay.
So if Thrower gets to the point where he thinks that him and Blue can go ahead and do it, then I'll take a back seat to it. But if not, I'll be there to kind of help usher it along and keep it going right there. So I mean,
we got a little balance.
Yeah, but I think it's at some point Thrower and Blue could probably do it on their own. And it wouldn't,
They've both got personalities that could carry a show like that for sure. It's not going to be all technical stuff, and people will enjoy some of the stories they talk about too.
Yeah, I don't know
because they've got shared experiences as well.
Yeah, I did talk to Coach Blue. We were hoping to maybe try to do it again next week with some film from the Trousdale County scrimmage, not the scrimmage, the 7-on-7 that they did this past week. Unfortunately, I don't think there was any film that was collected there. I think there were some technical issues, stuff. So we might actually wait to start doing a weekly show of it for the first week of practice, which will be the last week of July. Mm-hmm. So it actually just be we'll skip
first
one
scrimmage is the 30th.
Yeah. It's actually the 29th. I talked to Coach Blue. I need to correct that out there. It's going to be on a Thursday night. He said Stewart's Creek was wanting to come up on Thursday.
On Thursday.
So
and the first one is here.
It is here.
That's right.
Yep. There's going to be a lot of football played at Nunley this year, and we're going to be there.
A lot.
We're going to be there with the Sports Authority, with a partnership with the Upper Cumberland Reporter. That we're going.
I'm anxious to see how that works out. Have you guys been meeting about that?
No, we're almost ready.
When are you going to start doing maybe a trial run, or watch film from a game from last year and basically just do that broadcast? That's what I would do if I were you. I'd do a trial run.
I'm not worried about that.
You're not.
I'll do that. I'm okay with that.
Oh.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
So the first real game is going to be the first trial.
No,
run.
the screen. We'll do the scrimmage and the jamborees. Yeah, that'll be the. Well, we're just like the Pioneers, man. We need a little bit of preseason.
I would get a little spring practice in too if I were you.
Spring practice is 16 years of covering it, and the last 4 or 5 years of being in front of the mic. If I get nervous for a football game.
All right, so who else is going to be in the booth? You and Thrower is Chris?
Me and
Trev?
Sullins and Trev.
Oh, just the three y'all?
Thrower's going to be doing a lot of the post-game and pre-game and post-game. We haven't worked all the details out of it yet.
That's what I'm saying. You need to do some spring practice here.
Yeah, but you
need to work those details out before the season starts.
Well, we'll figure that out when we get there. We'll figure out how many mics we have.
Okay.
Blue says he hates technology in the comment section, and Chris Terry says thank you for the kind words. Yeah. Nah, we'll have.
Hey, Blue.
Well, here
I just want to tell
Go ahead.
Coach Blue, time flies, and you saw it when you were here the other day.
I can't believe you broke our clock, man.
That clock was already broken.
No, it wasn't. It needed a battery change. It didn't need to be thrown into the floor.
Well, it must have an atomic battery because it's running like 15 minutes ahead now. It was 5 minutes ahead the other day. Now it's 15 minutes ahead. Yeah. Seems like the more you break it, the faster it gets.
I will say for the broadcast, it'll have to be in some aspects myself, Sullins, and Trev in some capacity because that's the partnership that
you have.
The Upper Cumberland Reporter wanted, right. Not just that we have, but that's the whole point was they wanted to launch into Warren County with the Warren County Sports Authority. You can't bait and switch them and be like, "Oh, I appreciate that, but here's
Michael Thrower.
Here's two new guys that aren't there." That said, Michael's just going to be.
What if Gary Rankin wanted to be on the team?
We might. I think
you might work him in.
I think UCR might make an exception.
Yeah.
We'll have to look in the contract.
I think he should start his own podcast. Coach
What?
Rankin,
No, hey, no, easy now.
about football.
Oh, okay. As long as he does it on Studio 605.
He can do that.
I really want to do one where I know Blue's watching, so this might spoil it, but I really wanted to just invite Gary down for one of the coaches' shows. Like maybe right before the season starts, like week 1 preseason, and just show up on a Monday night where it's like tell Thrower and Blue, like, hey, we're gonna have the show ready, and just put a fourth mic down, and then be like, who's that for? I'm like, oh, well, in case anybody wants to come and ask questions, because we want to go take it live remote and all that, and then just have Gary Rankin walk up. He's the guy that's here to ask the questions, so.
Woof.
I think Coach Blue actually got to talk to him a little bit. I know Coach Blue's dad had actually coached against Coach Blue.
Yeah. I heard him talking
Rankin.
about that, right?
Yeah, talking about that. So
and Coach Rankin's son played with Blue at
Coach
Tech.
Blue, yeah. Yep.
It's crazy.
It's
a small world, man.
The tangled webs that we weave, man.
Everybody that's interconnected that way, it's just crazy.
And I think Thrower even played with some of the guys that Rankin coached, or I think either Thrower played with them at Lindsey Wilson or he recruited some kids that played at Alcoa. I think it might have been both.
Yeah.
So there's even connections there. I mean, it's unbelievable when you get in those coaches circles.
Yeah.
But I wrote this, and I don't know if anybody wants to go back and read the Simmons Says story that I did yesterday on the Warren County Way, which again, check out the warrencountyway.com and check out Mud Bums, presenting sponsor of the Simmons Says Show, 507-2867. I wrote about that when I was sitting there talking about when you hear Rankin speak and he starts throwing out names very casually, and he wasn't name dropping.
Yeah,
you just
Saban,
realize
Kirby.
Yeah. Jimbo.
Yeah.
Those guys. And then you start realizing, the guy's not name dropping. I was like, those are his peers.
Yeah.
Those are
How many of those guys have 500 wins?
Maybe none of them.
None of them.
Yeah. Not in high school.
Well,
Saban's got a good start at it, but I don't think he's even got 500 wins. We talked about that again and again. And he said it, and as he said, he wasn't even bragging about it. I don't know if anybody's touching 500 wins again.
When you were talking to Blue and he was trying to put that in perspective, like how many years you'd have to coach. You'd have to be 10-0 for 50 straight years.
Warren County consolidated as Warren County Senior High in 1969. We got our 200th football win on homecoming this past year.
Yeah.
In 2025.
Exactly.
69 to 2025, 200 wins.
Yeah.
So at the pace that we're on in Warren County, it would take us another 55 plus another half of that. So right now, Warren County estimated would be about 2,100 would be when we're hitting our 500th win if we kept on the pace we've been on right now.
I wonder what football will be like then.
Yeah. So, I mean, you think about that. That's what the pace that we would be on. Right. But as you just said, to expedite that, you'd have to go 15-0 for 20 consecutive years to get to 500 wins as a Warren County.
Wait, again, it's just crazy to think about it.
Yeah.
But it's done good.
Chris Sullins chimes in the comment section, says, excellent placement of the drink, must be listening in advertising class. They give me a hard time, man, there was a video that we posted yesterday from the Simmons Says show where I did it with Connor, or I was solo on the camera. Connor was obviously there with me. And at one point, he says something about the DA race, and the first question he would ask in the DA race, and I start laughing. And then I'm just so speechless about it. I sit there, and when I did, I turned my cup straight to the camera, which in that studio is like this way to me. Right. And I turned the cup to where it faced Sonic right out. So he's like label straight to the camera.
Perfect.
So apparently
Product
they're saying
placement.
that. Yeah, I'm just a absolute product placement guy.
You got the
on there.
Bums hat on. You got the Sonic cup on.
Yep.
You're just a walking billboard.
Tina Foster cuts my hair
Yeah.
on there. So yeah.
Man,
Well, hey, they always said that if
you're
you
going
want
to start wearing those NASCAR stickers on your shirt.
hey man, if you wanted a walking billboard, you might want to pick the 6'5", 300-pound guy.
That would do it, yeah.
You
Don't stand out on that shirt.
You don't want to go 5'7", $120. That's not a billboard.
It's going to have to be a big patch.
Well, speaking of our sponsors, we'll get to another sponsor here on the Simmons Says Show. That's Cold Creek Farms.
Oh, man.
With a little bit of softball story time. You know, Cold Creek Farms, Brad Davenport, really a big supporter of the show, big supporter of the Warren County Way, big supporter of the Warren County Sports Authority. So Cold Creek Farms is a big supporter of local softball as well. So we do the Cold Creek Farms softball story time. And last week's story, that was, hey, if there's any video that we've posted in the last week, 2 weeks that would even rival anything we posted from Gary Rankin, it was our tale of Paul Pfeiffer.
Paul P. from
man.
McMinnville, Tennessee.
I have to say, did not realize you were a talented enough individual that you were just had a spot on Paul Pfeiffer impersonation in you, right?
That's right, Jeff. I've known Paul P. all my life.
Well, that story went through, and
I should say all his life. I'm older than his.
Yeah, that story ended up going out there and got a ton of comments and a ton of love sent to Paul P. And again, too, man, we love Paul P.
Yeah,
he's
always have.
on the game. And I think the one that I saw that was a
Good as gold.
recurring comment in the comment section was, if there's ever a footprint that you see in Warren County at a business, just assume that it was Paul P. that put it there on a ceiling. If you see a footprint on a ceiling, assume Paul P. put it there.
Okay.
Yeah. Paul P. Never one to shy away to show how flexible he was, including the story about doing the splits on the field.
Absolutely.
On that. Well, there was one thing on softball story time that I was immediately told.
Uh-oh.
That we had to address was that the Tribe, our local softball team, a part of Cold Creek Farms, they do a little bit of sponsorship for them as well, had a terrible Jim Beam run. They sucked. That's what I was told.
Oh,
And I was told that you have to go out there and call them out publicly.
that's a
They didn't play
wonderful
well.
story, Jeff.
Apparently,
What are y'all going to do about it?
yeah. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to get better? Are you going to answer the call? I mean, I don't think the beer got cold yet. They were already out of the tournament.
What?
Yeah.
When I played, the beer
2 and
never
3.
got cold.
You got a good 2 and 3 story out there, man? Because that was what I was going to ask you. You got a good 2 and 3. I mean, I know y'all won a lot.
No, I don't.
Well, here's one.
I can't remember
Look.
maybe 1 or 2 times in our whole career that we went 2 and out.
Well, then take me back to a different one. Let's tie this one in there.
Uh-oh.
I feel like somebody said the other day, I've heard this from 2 different sources. One
Bad news.
was the same guy that told me a little bit of confirmed the Lebanon story to me. Also said Gary Rankin, one hell of a softball player. He would go play double headers. There was a double header league up in Lebanon apparently while he was coaching, and he would go play. But someone I think was either in the comment section or messaged me and said that he was on maybe a mid Tennessee freight train.
No. McMinnville
Correct me.
Freight Lines.
Remember Freight Lines?
Yeah.
Did you ever play against the man?
Oh, yeah. I played against Rankin a lot. We were in the same league together.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
I mean, pretty good.
It was a pretty good ball.
So what? So
They were a really good team.
Take me back to the McMinnville Freight
That was
Lines.
McMinnville Freight Lines, and we were Warren County Freight Lines.
Oh,
and
McMinnville, Warren County,
back then
City County.
McMinnville Freight Line was big freight,
Okay.
and we were little freight.
Oh, you were a little truck, big truck.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Did you ever beat them?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Very, very seldom, though. I'll say that.
who were
They
some
were
of,
really, really
who
good.
were some of the legends that were out on the field during that? I'm sure there were
For which team?
Either.
Well, I remember Rick Smith pitched. Rick Smith pitched, and he was really, really good. Then Rankin caught whenever he played, when he was in town.
Yeah.
And he caught. John Hobbs played third base. George Olesick
Oh,
senior,
okay.
played second base. Andy Jacobs played shortstop. They had several shortstop, but Andy's the one that I remember the most. Let's see, there was a Davis guy that played first base. At Mike Ertebees, Carson Watson, who I went to school with, was one of the outfielders. Carson was amazing. Softball player. He covered so much ground. He was a good hitter too. But yeah, that was the team that they played with most of the time. They were really, really good. They won a state championship in USSSA in Class C when we were playing.
Well, that is
But,
absolutely wild.
There were really good. The leagues back then, when we played in our city softball league, I think I told you this one time. I can remember when you got to the final 8 of the Coyote Classic in the winners bracket, 6 of the teams were from McMinnville. And they all played in the same league.
Yeah. Where was this held at?
That was in Tullahoma.
Tullahoma? You should have just had it here.
You should have, yeah.
So, hey, listen, can we just go finish this in Warren County? We're all going back there anyways.
Yeah. Oh, it's crazy. But that was a really, really good team, McMinnville Freight Lines.
Yeah, well, I'd heard a few times about that again too. So yeah, the idea of 2 and through, which I mean tough, but hey, listen, man, you can bounce back.
Don't even want to talk about it.
The tribe will be back on that one. No, it was actually funny. I'll remember signing up when we were in the infancy of Strawberry. I think at that time was we were getting up when we were we got a team together, didn't know if we were going to be really, really good. I think we went and signed up for a tournament in Newtown, and the tournament director comes up to us and basically says, well, hey, this will be good experience for y'all. And then at one point, he also brings up that we had actually, then all of a sudden we won our first couple of games. And they're like, well, this next team you're playing is a really good team. And I'll never forget our center fielder. And he is absolutely a stud, Brett Mulliken. Looks at the tournament director and goes, they're going to play a good team.
Oh, I like that.
And we went and we proceeded to run rule that team in 5 innings. And I think Mulliken hit a grand slam to kind of put the exclamation point on that. But so I don't know. But that was funny. I remember going to more than a few tournaments where tournament directors, including the great Gerald Curtis, would be like, well, thanks for coming. Y'all are going to lose both y'all's games. Now, sometimes he was right. We would go 2 and through on that one. Yeah, in the early 20s. You got to learn how to win. Gary Rankin said it. You got to learn how to win, man.
Yeah. He did say that a lot. That was one of the things I wrote down as a topic to talk about is, teaching people to win. But the one other thing that I noticed, because you had 3 football coaches on this week, and every single one of them mentioned one word.
What's that?
What do you think it was?
Oh, man. Parents.
No. Well, I think they probably did too, but
discipline. What's
the T in SALT?
Oh, toughness.
That's right.
Yep.
All 3 of them said that. Mm-hmm. And that I think that is the one biggest thing that you have to develop in a football team. Mm. Well, in any sports team. Yeah. You have to have physical toughness and you have to have mental toughness as well. Yeah. And you can't have one without the other.
Yeah, it's unbelievable to that tie-in through the T. I thought you were at one point. I thought you were going to say something different there, but yeah, toughness is gigantic, and you just said it. The mental toughness aspect of it might be the hardest to develop.
That's right.
I mean, physical toughness is not easy. Let's be honest. It's not easy.
Well, again, but you have to be mentally tough to get physically tough.
Yeah, but you can get in the weight room and you can make yourself stronger.
Yeah.
And you can get out there and hit to make yourself a little bit tougher.
But stronger doesn't mean tougher.
Yeah. But to get over the hump of getting over that battle of coming back every single time, that's a mental toughness that few possess.
That's what I was going to ask you. You're a coach.
Yep.
How do you try to develop that in your players?
Oh, man. I think you have to. A lot of the stuff that I think about with that is you have to develop competition in everything. Anything you do needs to be a competition. I think that you have to learn something from it. But more than anything is like you have to immediately, in my opinion, address failure and understand you can get past it. Because if you just dwell on failure, you're just never going to get mentally tough.
Well, the one thing that I always talked about with y'all
Mm-hmm.
is not letting anybody else define success or for failure for you.
That's another great one that is underrated.
Yeah.
That you have to have your own mindset with it. But
you have to set your own standard.
Yeah. And I think that the one that I'll fight all the time when it comes to mental toughness is you have to fight complacency, which I think Coach Rankin's talked about a lot. Even in their program, which is winning championships.
Well,
he even said, he goes, you can get complacent winning.
Yeah. Well, one of the things he talked about was that, he wished in looking back that he would have taken time to enjoy it more. But, I got to thinking about when he said that, I was a very competitive person. Mm-hmm. When I played, I was probably way too competitive. But I know that every loss that we had hurt more than I got the joy or pleasure out of winning.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I know what he was talking about. Now I didn't do it on the stage that he did. No way, shape, or form. But for my world, that's the way it was for me too. Yeah. Every loss that we had hurt. And why is that? Because I expected to win every single game that I played in.
Yep.
Now, I didn't go out there to lose. I was going out there to win. And I think I don't know what that is in people when they develop it to that point. And it's tough to get. Yeah. But when you get there, it really hurts when you do lose.
Yeah, it's
and you remember that more than you remember even to this day.
Yeah.
I remember losses more than I remember wins.
Yeah, the thrill of winning lasts until you get dressed, but the agony of defeat lasts decades, says Kevin Hobbs.
He's right.
And also, Chris Sullins is trying to break a little news in there, said that another special guest confirmed this county will love this one. And he said, actually got 2 more legends coming to Studio 605. We're just getting started, man. We're just getting started.
There you go.
I think that you come to our games. You watch me coach, and you know this as well as anybody. When we win, I'm happy for the kids.
You are,
and they enjoy it. But I'm much more bothered by the losses than I am celebratory about our wins because. As you just said, I don't show up there thinking, well, it's just good to be here.
Because every time that you win or lose, you ask them the same question: "What'd you think?"
Yeah,
because it's not about whether you won or lost that game; it was how you played that game. Yeah, because I've been to plenty of your games where you guys won, and I said you guys didn't play that well. Yeah. And I've been to a couple of games that you lost where I said, you guys played pretty well.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think I've definitely thought that we had some games last year where we probably played better in losses than we did in wins.
Oh,
and
I
sometimes
definitely
blowout
think
wins.
Yeah.
And you're sitting there, everybody's like, man, they played incredible. I'm like, no, they didn't.
And it's hard on kids.
No, we just played a team that we could have rolled the ball out there and there was no chance we were ever going to lose.
Yeah, I know I've told you this 100 times before, but that's why it was always difficult to play with me on the same softball team. Because people were like, what did it matter? It matters.
Yep.
I put on this uniform today. I've got all this equipment. I've spent the time to get here. It matters.
Yeah. I didn't show up. I'm not showing up if it don't matter.
I'm not here for a good time.
Yeah.
Unless that good time is beating that other team. That's a good time.
Yeah.
To me. And so it was really difficult to play with me, and I'm sure it's difficult to play with players like that, but you have to have players like that on every team to be a winning team.
Do you think that that's also in some aspects the reason why you're not seeing the longevity of either coaches or players with one franchise anymore? That at some aspects it just that intensity to win, that intensity to do that, to get to the highest level is something you have to have.
It is.
But it's grating after a while, especially for people that won't even embrace when it happens.
You have to worry about burnout.
Yeah, I mean,
sure.
like we watched the Michael Jordan documentary,
Mm-hmm.
and The Last Dance, and of course, he stayed with the Bulls for a long time, but he had breaks in between it.
And played for the White Sox.
His cast almost was always rotate, other than Scottie Pippen, obviously, was always rotating because I was just like, I don't think that you can, like, if your light doesn't burn, if your engine isn't burning like his engine is, you're not going to last.
Yeah, that's
You're
right.
not going to last. But I also think that's some of the reason why with, even coaches now, we talk about it all the time. There's program builders. There's guys that'll get you out there. But at some point, that message just you'll burn. It doesn't always hit the same way.
Right.
Stuff like that. I thought some of that kind of happened here locally with Coach Turner, with the football team. I think that those first couple of groups that he had were built for how he coached.
They were tough.
And they were built for how he coached, and his message resonated. But then all of a sudden, as the players started cycling in, it's like, I don't know if his message never. I don't think he wasn't a different coach in 2024 as he was in 2020. The success was different, but he wasn't. In fact, he'd probably tell you he probably learned a lot.
Yeah.
Over those 5 years to make him a better coach. It's just the fact that sometimes when you're that locked in all the time about that,
that's hard to do.
It's really hard for you to say, I'm going to be there for 20, 30, 40 years. That's why something like a guy like Lamar Rogers, another, high school Hall of Famer, to do that for that long at Clark Range is absolutely incredible. Right. The sustained level. That his fire burnt that bright all the time. And people were like, we'll continue with this. Even a guy like Gary Rankin, he went to 4 different, he went to Smith County, Riverdale, Alcoa, Boyd Buchanan. Like he even moved around. Mm-hmm. And I know some of that, he obviously said a lot of that just had to do with family.
That's right.
And, I don't think he would have had any problem saying, I'll be at Riverdale for 40 years and do this forever. He might, heck, he would have probably done it in Smith County where he's from.
He would have probably had the same record and the same number of state championships no matter where he coached.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Yeah.
But, yeah, talking about toughness was one thing that was a common theme. James Bennett was there. I've got some funny stories I could tell you about. Coach Bennett probably doesn't know who I am at all.
Yeah.
But I remember Coach Bennett.
He's going to know.
Yeah. Well,
give me a story. Give me one.
No. I can't tell those. Okay, I'll tell you this one story.
You can't. I was going to say, you can't tease it.
Coach Bennett was the baseball coach my sophomore year of high school. Okay. And I wanted to try out for softball. Or not softball, baseball. He was a baseball coach.
Yeah.
Anyway, Coach Bennett, they announced tryouts, and I went, and, all the other kids that were trying out, they were really good players.
Yeah.
I was just a baseball player that really wanted to play baseball.
Yeah.
Really badly. Okay?
Been there.
Yeah. Anyway, we're doing tryouts, and one day during the tryouts, there was rain. So instead of being outside, we were inside the gym. Now, this was at the old high school, which is now the new middle school. That's right, over there by Nunley Stadium, right across there. All right. So he says, okay, what we're going to do today, guys, is we're going to look at pitchers. Okay, and since we're inside, we're going to have a pitcher, a catcher, but I need a batter to stand in there. Mm-hmm. And of course he's looking around the room. He looks at me because he's thinking, I don't even know who this kid is, but he looks like he could stand in the batter's box anyway. Yeah. He says, hey, you, get over there and stand in the batter's box. Mike Stubblefield was pitching. He's left-handed. I played Babe Ruth baseball with Mike. And Chris Biles was catching. Yeah. Chris is a really good football player too, but he was a really good baseball player as well. Anyway, he said, just stand in there and take some pitches. Well, me, I was just focused. I was laser focused. So I'm in there and I'm, trying to get used to watching the ball come in, and I was tracking the ball and I was trying to, make out, is it a fastball, is it a curveball, whatever the pitch was. Anyway, I got so focused that I swung at a pitch. Chris is not wearing any catcher's gear. We're inside in a gym. There's people everywhere, and I swing it, and I hit it.
Yeah.
I hit it too.
There you go.
Yeah. It's a wonder I didn't break out a window in the gym, but people were scattering everybody. I mean, they were just going everywhere inside the gym, ducking and covering like, what in the world is going on? His face was blood red. And, you know, when Coach Bennett was coaching, his face was usually pretty red because he was a very intense guy when he coached. He said, "Get out of there, kid." A few other words thrown in there. But I remember.
Did you make the team?
No, I did not make it. I got cut. I'm pretty sure that was the end right there. Not the beginning of the end, but that was the end. What are you doing? Yeah. But I was so focused, you know, I was like, man, I'm going to press everybody. I'm not just going to stand here and slouch. I'm going to really stand here and I'm going to watch that ball all the way into the catcher's mitt, And I just got so focused, I swung.
Him up, man. You timed him up.
Yeah, I did. I hit the ball. Hit it pretty hard. Like I said, I was surprised it didn't hit somebody or break a window out inside the gym. But
yeah, that would have been a nice legacy.
Yeah, that was like, okay, you're cut right now. Get out of here. That was my story about James. That's one of my stories about James Bennett. Yeah.
I'm sure there's plenty of people that have plenty of James Bennett stories. Man, it's been great. It was great having Coach in on Tuesday. Of course, it was great to have Coach Blue.
He's been here a long time, Coach Bennett has.
Yeah. Me and him have talked over the years for in many times for many different ways, and just for sports and just seeing him out. But I don't know if I was like, I think that might have been one of the first times we got to sit down and just talk for an hour.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to hear that he's in his health's in pretty good shape right now.
Seemed to be doing really well the other day.
Man, he's a good.
It's good to hear.
Yeah, and I know, and like you said, I'm sure because of what he's done for 50 years, there's probably people out there that have the stories that they're about reasons why they don't like him. But I think the biggest thing that I noticed there is, like you said, there's a lot of people that still call him Coach for good reason.
Well, I do. To me, it's Coach Bennett
because he's just he's memorable in a lot of different ways. I mean, like I said, he was my principal when I graduated, and the only thing I never probably had any conversations with him. I kind of generally stayed out of the principal's office, but I do know that the
good
moment
for you. You were in the halls though.
In the halls,
according to Don Wanamaker.
In the halls a lot, but not in the principal's office very much. And then but talking to him about it and just started thinking about it. I was like, the only thing I really remember is people were like, you didn't want to be there. It's like, you probably don't want to end up in Coach Bennett's office if for the wrong reasons.
Right. Well, I'll tell you
for the wrong reasons.
One other Coach Bennett story that's on the nicer side.
All right. Well, that was on the nicer side too.
Well, yeah, it kind of was, but that was a bad one for me.
Yeah.
The other one was we were playing at the fairgrounds one time, softball tournament. Mm-hmm. And it had been raining all day. And I think I told you this story. It's a story when I hurt my knee. Mm-hmm. I dug in with my cleats really good in the batter's box, so I had a good base to swing from. And I swung at the pitch, hit it, and it was a single.
Yeah.
I was going to get on base, except for I just collapsed in the batter's box because I hurt my knee.
Hey.
Yeah, it was a dislocation of my patella.
Oh,
anyway, whenever I got up off of the field and I was helped over to the sidelines, first person that came to see me, besides my teammates, was Coach Bennett.
Yeah.
He was just happened to be at the fields that day, and he came over there and checked on me and asked me how I felt and if there was anything he could do, and he looked at my knee because he was a trainer too. So, he was just trying to tell me what I needed to do. Told me to go home, ice it down, and make sure I went to the doctor.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, he was the first person that came to see me. He didn't have to do that.
No.
But he did.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. Well, Dad, we're
Yes,
running out of time here, so let's get to the dramatic lyric ratings this week. And I think you picked out a good theme for us.
You like that one?
Yeah, I think so.
I like that. I thought it was apropos for all of the people that you had on this week.
Yep. So I was.
And since you basically on Monday called me out saying I needed to go back to school. For all those people out there, if you see me at the swimming pool practicing my triple Lindy, you'll know why.
I thought you could be our local Rodney Dangerfield, man. Come on.
What are you talking about?
No respect. No respect.
No respect.
All right, Dad, kick us off.
Okay, Jeff. I had a dream so big and loud. I jumped so high, I touched the clouds. I stretched my hands out to the sky. We danced with monsters through the night. I'm never going to go back. Whoa, I'm never going to give it up. No, please don't wake me now. And I'm going to leave out that because it would give away. I howled at the moon with friends. And then the sun came crashing in. But all the possibilities, no limits, just epiphanies. I'm never going to look back. Whoa, I'm never going to give it up. I hear it calling outside my window. I feel it in my soul. The stars were burning so bright. The sun was out till midnight. I say we lose control.
Nice. Very nice.
Nice. And yours?
All right, man. Let's see what you got here. See what
you got.
Rising up. Straight to the top.
Holy cow.
Had the guts. Got the glory. Went the distance. Now I'm not going to stop. It's just a man and his will to survive.
That's right. I knew that one from the first words.
I tried to change it to the fourth verse instead of the first one. Because you go, rising up, back on the street.
Rising up.
Did my time, took my chances. We might get we sing too much.
I love that song, man.
It's amazing.
I do. If you're going to a gym or working out, that is probably the best workout song there is.
Yeah, for the people out there, Dad sent me a message last night and said, "Hey, can we do a theme for winning / championships, anything like that?" Yeah. So mine was for anybody that wants to still guess in there, to like Survivor, Eye of the Tiger, yeah. And you, what?
Mine, no.
It sounds so familiar.
Best day of my life.
By
American Authors.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think that's right. American Authors.
Yep.
Yeah, best day of my life.
Is that one?
Yeah, that's that one.
That's it. Last thing, gotta wrap us up with a dad joke, man.
Oh, come on! I don't have any good dad jokes this week.
I'm sure.
I do know this though. I am getting carded again, just like I was before I was 18.
Oh yeah.
Notice I said before I was 18.
Yeah. Not 21.
No, not 21.
Yeah.
But anyway, now I'm getting carded because people think that I'm not old enough to have a senior discount. So it makes me feel good. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's
nice.
right. Yeah. But boy, I'm taking advantage of every one of those I can get.
Yeah, you gotta get those.
I like the senior discount.
The senior discounts out there. Yeah. I'll never forget talking to a relative. I won't name drop who it is. A relative who ended up the first time they got the senior discount, and they were like in their 40s. They didn't like that too much. And now all of a sudden I'm sitting there thinking, when am I going to get now? After getting called a dad around Father's Day, I'm wondering when my first senior discount moment's going to be.
How's your daughter, by the way?
Oh, doing great. Fantastic.
Glad to hear that. But Jeff, age is really mind over matter.
It isn't.
Yeah, that's right. If you don't mind getting old, then it really doesn't matter.
That's just good wisdom right there.
It is, really.
Yeah, that's not even a joke. That's just,
you want some good signs of when you're getting old?
What's that?
Here's go. You know you're getting old when you're the first person released in a hostage crisis. That's a good thing. When your back goes out, but you stay at home.
Nice.
When your idea of a night out is sitting on the patio.
Uh-huh.
And for all the people that drive by my house in Westwood, you'll see that a lot.
No.
This is the telltale sign.
Go ahead.
When it takes you longer to rest than it did to get tired.
Nice.
You're getting old.
I like that one. Those are all that's just great wisdom.
It is
out there. Oh well, we're gonna have to wrap it up here soon because there was fun. Alex Guthrie texted me this week, and he said, "Man, he I don't even know if I said it on the show, but he said, did I really hear you say at one point this week that you drink, multiple Route 44s a day?" He's like, you order 2 at a time. He goes, I ordered 1 today. He goes, I think I went to the bathroom to pee like 8 times since I've drank 1. He goes, how in the world do you guys? I actually did the math. I said, yeah, I usually order probably 2 Route 44s a day, twice. Like I'll go in the morning and then afternoon. Yeah. We started doing the
176 ounces.
I said, I think I probably drink about 200 ounces of Diet Coke a day. And he said that you probably should. He said, why don't you just make it like 280 and get up to a 24 pack a day? I said, well, when you put it like that, that's kind of excessive out there. But the one that he said, he goes, I don't know how you're not in the bathroom all the time. And I was like, man, I wanted to tell him, so I got to have the Simmons bladder. This was that. I think this was a road trip mind trick for parents out there. Dad convinced us kids that we had a Simmons bladder, that it was that you just didn't need to use the bathroom because you could drink and all you wanted, and you didn't have to go use the bathroom because we had the Simmons jeans. And I think it was just a total mind trick because obviously we do not have special bladders in any shape, form, or fashion. It was just you weren't going to stop.
And my age, now I got to stop every 15 minutes.
Yeah. I have noticed that I'm like, I don't think I can do that anymore. In fact, I'm sitting here right now. I'm like, we got to get off the show. I'm going to have to go. I've finished my first Diet Coke.
That's your timing now?
Yeah.
Drink. Pee.
Yeah.
Okay, that's about an hour.
Yeah. Well, no, it's the same. It's the same with anything, man. I try to drink as much Diet Coke in the morning as possible until I have to break the seal. Yeah. But once you break the seal, man,
that's when it starts.
You know how it goes, man. Well,
what's your schedule for next week?
Schedule for next week, Monday, I believe. I'm still finalizing some things, but I do think that we're going to have at least 2 district attorney candidates that are going to be on in the next week to 2 weeks here on the Simmons Says program. Also, maybe a county executive candidate on as well. So,
how about a collaboration next week? Is there anything going on?
I do not think we're going to be doing a collaboration next week. We will see.
Okay, so you're back to your regular schedule Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday?
10:30 to 11:30. Yeah. So we will do that.
You need to kick me off for one of the candidates?
No, but we might actually move you up one day to Thursday next week because I do think that Chris Coach Sellens has signed us up for the football golf scramble that's going to be at the country club next Friday, and I think it starts at 9 a.m. So either we're going to have to record our Friday show, do it later in the day, or just do it
Connor
on Thursday.
And I can do it while you're out there, and
there's also
you guys will be losing.
Yeah.
Losing viewers by
I was going to say I could tell Brett to come in, but I know Brett's playing in the tournament too. So I don't know.
He would be.
I've always said this. If he could figure it out, I think Connor and Tim should do it. If we ever had a Friday father and son, just have Tim and Connor come do it.
That'd probably be a good show.
Yeah.
I would watch that.
I would watch that.
For sure.
I'd come back and watch it.
Yeah.
After.
I think they'd do a good job.
I think they could probably just do it from in there where Connor have a little bit more room to operate. He could put Tim on camera and they could just put a camera on him and talk back and forth. Maybe we might try to sell that next Friday. Let the Tim and maybe me and you do it on Thursday and them two do it on Friday.
I'm sure one of the things they'll talk about is Connor and Tim. They know what 6 inches is.
Have you got a text message about that? Yeah. All right. Hey, listen again. This is the Simmons Says Show, and we are presenting sponsor Mud Bums Family Sports Grill. It's open now. Go get that meat and 3 lunch. Go get that $10 special if you want to, and we will be back next Monday. Dad, love you. Have a good weekend, and I'm sure I'll see you and talk to you throughout the weekend because we got to come over here and finish this up.
Yeah, we do need to get this started up. I'm anxious to get everything done inside your other studio.
Yep. All right. We're going to wrap it up. Porch Jackers, play us off.